A seemingly ordinary day at a Detroit McDonald's turned into a chilling tragedy when a young woman named Afeni Muhammad allegedly returned to the restaurant with a knife and took the life of her manager, Jennifer Harris. While the headline tells a story of violence and death, what lies beneath this incident is a far more complex narrative that challenges everything we think we know about workplace dynamics, mental health, and the unseen pressures people carry with them every day. This isn't just another story of workplace violence. It's a story about being pushed to the brink. It's about systems failing to recognize signs. It's about personal demons, social media red flags, and a world that often overlooks the quiet cries for help. So what exactly happened between Afeni and Jennifer? And what was going on behind the scenes before this tragedy occurred? Let's dive into what's known and what remains disturbingly unclear. A fatal encounter. Jennifer Harris, a 41-year-old mother of 6, was a well-known figure at her McDonald's workplace. She held the position of manager and was reportedly responsible for the shift that led to her sending employee Afeni Muhammad home early, 2 days in a row. What followed shocked the local community and made national headlines. Afeni allegedly returned to the restaurant with a knife and fatally stabbed Jennifer in front of others. She is now facing a first-degree murder charge and is being held on a $25 million bond in Michigan. On the surface, it seems like a case of rage-induced violence, but when you dig deeper into the social media posts, videos, and personal statements made by Afeni before and after the incident, a darker, more intricate story begins to unfold. The first red flags: she's a bully. Shortly before the stabbing, Afeni posted a series of concerning videos online. In them, she repeatedly describes Jennifer as a bully, someone who treated her unfairly and disrespected her. Afeni expressed frustration that her manager continuously sent her home early, even when she volunteered to work extra shifts on her off days to make up lost time. According to Afeni, Jennifer's management style was aggressive, condescending, and dismissive. She accused Jennifer of bringing negative energy into the workplace, gossiping about employees, micromanaging in high-stress situations, and gaslighting her team into believing they were at fault for her own mistakes. "She talks to us like we're beneath her," Afeni claimed in one video. "Just because she has kids doesn't mean she can treat everyone like we're her children." Was this about more than just work? The tone of Afeni's posts reveals a woman under immense stress. Her comments weren't just about workplace dynamics. They were infused with personal struggle, desperation, and deep-seated resentment. She mentioned how Jennifer's treatment affected her finances, her mental health, and even her emotional stability. "She don't know what I'm going through," she said in a tearful video. "I got stuff I'm dealing with too. It's not funny. I gotta take care of myself." And yet, what stands out is how Afeni's anger seemed almost prophetic. "Somebody going to have to do something about that," she said, referencing Jennifer's behavior. "It's not funny." Did Afeni foresee her own breaking point? Inside the mind of Afeni Muhammad. When you explore Afeni's social media footprint, a pattern starts to emerge, one that blurs the line between mental instability and spiritual seeking. Across numerous posts, she identifies herself not as Afeni, but as the Risen Phoenix, a moniker suggesting a personal transformation or rebirth. Her videos show her in various costumes and wigs, sometimes playing classical music, sometimes crying, sometimes ranting about being bullied at work, and other times expressing metaphysical ideas about karma and spiritual justice. In one especially unsettling clip, she holds what appears to be a dead bird and reflects somberly. In another, she shares stories about her troubled relationship with a neighbor named Wayne, implying he expected sexual favors in exchange for food and help. She doesn't just seem troubled, she appears overwhelmed, isolated, and vulnerable. "I don't want to have sex with you." Among her videos, one stands out for its raw, emotional pain. Afeni records herself speaking about Wayne, describing how he provided her with food when she couldn't earn enough through Instacart. But the help, she says, came with unspoken expectations. "I don't want to have sex with you," she cries in the video, clearly distressed. "Please leave me alone. Stop calling me. You said you wouldn't ignore me. Please stop." What does this have to do with what happened at McDonald's? Maybe nothing, or maybe everything. It paints a picture of a woman under emotional siege, burdened by trauma, misunderstood, and possibly dealing with undiagnosed or untreated mental illness? A manager's secrets. But Afeni wasn't the only one with a complicated backstory. In her videos, she alleged that Jennifer herself had issues, accusing her of saying she once pulled a gun on her own children during a moment of rage. According to Afeni, Jennifer would brag about losing control at home and then carry that same energy into work, treating her employees as if they were misbehaving kids. If she told her staff she pulled a gun on her kids, said one commentator, what else was going on at home? Was she stable herself? While these claims remain unverified, they raise uncomfortable questions. Could this tragedy have been prevented if someone in leadership had taken a step back and addressed the toxic environment? Or did both women bring their own unchecked trauma into the workplace, creating a perfect storm? Is this a case of mental illness? There's little doubt that Afeni's behavior before and after the stabbing showed signs of deep psychological distress. Her videos oscillate between lucidity and confusion. One moment, she's articulating thoughtful points about workplace harassment. The next, she's speaking about karma, supernatural signs, or cosmic justice. She mentions hearing voices, feeling sabotaged, being spiritually tested, and refers to herself as an empath, someone who feels other people's emotions deeply. I've been creating peace, she insists in one video, but they keep tempting me, pushing me. From a legal perspective, these videos could play a major role in her defense. Could her lawyers argue she suffered from a mental break? Could they claim that she wasn't mentally capable of distinguishing right from wrong at the time of the attack? If a psychiatric evaluation supports this, Afeni might not be found guilty of first-degree murder, but could instead be institutionalized under an insanity plea. What role does social media play in hiring? This case also raises another important question. Should employers be checking the social media of potential hires more thoroughly? Afeni's online presence was public and deeply alarming. She openly discussed guns, emotional breakdowns, hallucinations, and workplace conflicts. She posted videos in lingerie with captions like, "I'm a rainbow in the dark," or images of cakes with the word death written on them. Was this a warning sign no one took seriously? Could better screening of social media have prevented this tragedy? A lesson in emotional awareness? This case has sparked a larger conversation about how women, especially Black women, are perceived and treated in the workplace. There's a growing narrative that emotional labor, pressure, and unacknowledged trauma often go unnoticed until it's too late. This should be a wake-up call, said one viewer. Mental health isn't just a buzzword, it's real, and it's dangerous when ignored. Some say this was a manager failing her team. Others argue Afeni should never have been hired in the first place. But everyone agrees on one thing. The warning signs were there. Final thoughts, is there a case for compassion? So where do we go from here? A woman is dead. Another is facing life in prison. Families are shattered. A workplace is forever changed. And yet the lingering question remains. Was this avoidable? Afeni's story, no matter how disturbing, is also a tragic tale of unmet needs, unhealed trauma, and societal neglect. It challenges us to rethink how we treat the difficult coworker, how we check in on each other, and how we address the often invisible mental battles people fight every day. The courtroom will decide her fate, but public opinion will continue to debate. Is Afeni Muhammad a monster or a woman who broke under pressure no one saw coming? Stay tuned. This story is far from over. That was all from us for this video. For more similar content, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.